Hi everyone, this is StariAri here to give you a quick pick a card reading for the energies coming in for Mercury retrograde.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
This whole month, right? So here we have, we're gonna have some galactic guidance. We're gonna figure out how to use this energy as an ally, what it is that we are supposed to learn from it in order for us to grow and transform our life for the better, okay? So we have three choices here. You got pile number 1, pile number 2, and then finally number 3. So take the time right now, pause the video, connect with your higher self and guides, and ask which pile has some important message for you at this time, okay? All right, here we go with pile number 1. So here we go. This is gonna be your galactic ally. It is gonna be Lyran beings. This one is for the masculine principle, so masculine energy. So if you have been feeling a little bit unsure of yourself, if you've been feeling like you need more direction or you need more action in your life, nice. This could be applicable for those who want a relationship or for those who are in a relationship and feel that you guys are missing a little bit of passion, I would say.
Give your meat a good old rub. Yeah, boy, help me. Yeah, boy.
But also I feel like this has a lot to do with just you really taking action on what it is that you want to create in your life, okay? So whether it is to go after and ask someone on a date, this applies to both males and females, all right? You guys can take initiative. It doesn't need to be one or the other that takes the first step. Either one could do it, okay? So if you're trying to ask someone on a date or if you want to date someone, then you have to be the one to take the first step, especially if you want to clarify the status of your relationship, okay? The masculine principle is found within all of us, okay? It is within every single woman and man on this planet, all right? It doesn't matter what you identify as, you have masculine energy within you, as well as feminine energy, okay? So this month and during this Mercury retrograde and all this other stuff going on, you're being asked to step it up. You're being asked to really take the reins, okay, of your vehicle, of your chariot, and really lead it towards the outcome that you want the most, okay? So if you want a relationship, lead it. If you want to change careers, lead it. If you want to make things more spicier in your current relationship, then you got to take the reins, okay? So moving on. So this could be something that you might have to deal with during this Mercury retrograde, during this month, is the fall into my arms energy, meaning that you have to allow yourself to be the support structure for someone. Maybe there is someone that you are looking at, or you might be wishing that they took you seriously, or maybe that they finally allowed you to nurture them as well. So this is a feminine energy here, so self-nurturing as well as nurturing others, making them feel safe with you, okay? That's what this energy is. It's like you have to allow them to feel safe with you, but you also have to feel safe within yourself. In order for people to feel safe with you so that they could tell you everything that you want to know, they could have more intimacy with you, you have to do the same too. So it's a two-way street here, okay? You have to fall into their arms too, okay? Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to be, allow yourself to enjoy, and to share yourself at a deeper level with them. as what it is that you are expecting of them, you have to do yourself, okay? So here's another one we have is the Jade Star. Celione, this one is about letting go or surrendering. So surrendering to the relationship, to what it is going to turn into, not having to worry so much about the past or having to bring up the past constantly. If there's past mistakes that you made or your partner made or your future partner made or whatever, you need to address this and then move on, okay? If you two really want to be together, if you two really want to work together, if you two really want to create something together, you have to let things go. The same applies to them. If they keep bringing up the past, then you have to tell them, hey, that's enough. We are working through this. If you are not willing to work through this, if you're not willing to let it go, then why am I wasting my time here, right? So same thing applies with the career aspect of things. So if you are thinking, oh, I could only do this career because I don't have this credential or that certification or that education and all this stuff, right? You don't have, then you are going to settle for less than what you are worth, okay? So to me, I feel like if you're looking for a new career, you cannot settle, okay? You deserve the best. You deserve that people treat you with respect. You deserve as much money that you can get to be able to live, as well as to be able to save for a rainy day or to be able to assist yourself and your family, okay? So you deserve that and more. If you're stuck somewhere where you know for a fact they are abusing you, they're disrespecting you, they are ignoring you, they're not praising you for all the hard work that you're doing, then you need to move on, okay? The past is the past. You should not stay somewhere that is toxic. You should not stay somewhere where they don't know your worth, okay? So moving on, we have the final card, and this is Cracked Open. So this is all happening because of this, because you gotta kind of like really address the internal voices, okay? So what are you telling yourself about your current relationship, your future relationship, your future career choice, your current career choice? What are you limiting yourself with, right? Are you perpetuating cycles of self-limiting beliefs because you truly believe that you don't deserve better? Or you truly believe that it's not your job to make an effort, that they have to make an effort? Because remember, it takes everyone to make things happen, to make anything a success. If you're in a job where you have to work with other people, because where are you going to find a job where you don't work with people? I think the only time that you find that, and it's kind of rare, is if you're doing your own thing, but with computers. But you still kind of have to work with people because you still got to order parts. You still got to work with networking and things like that regarding like setting up a network or even selling your product, things like that. You still have to work with people. So you still need everyone involved to step it up, not only some, okay? So it has to be, again, a group effort here. And if you are in a relationship and you're feeling like it's going nowhere, or you're feeling like communications have dwindled, or there's something going on that you haven't addressed, then it's the perfect time to do this, okay? It's the perfect time to allow yourself to be and share who you really are internally and no longer hiding. So this is what the Crack Open thing is about. It's about surrendering to the energy that is bringing forth these things in your life, okay? So if you're gonna blame Mercury retrograde for shitty behavior from other people, or you feeling emotional, or you feeling like things are gonna end bad or things like that, you cannot do that. You have to take responsibility, because your life is dictated by your actions. or inactions, by your words, by your beliefs. All right? So believe in yourself, believe that you have the power here. And that's when your mind is going to shift away from blaming outside sources, away from wanting and needing people to change, and actually having you step it up to the plate. So you have to be empowered in order for you to see a change in those around you, okay? So you have to be like, I'm stepping it up, and if they better meet me at my level. That's the mentality that you have to have, okay? So that's all I have for group number 1. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your month. All right, group 2, here we go. Let's see what we got, which ally we have for this Mercury retrograde and for this month. We got the Andromedans coming in for you, and this is confusion.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Okay, so to me, things happen, or you fall into confusion if you don't have enough information, or maybe you have an overwhelming amount of information, but you don't know what to do with it, or you don't know what's true or what's false. The first thing that I like to tell people when they feel that way, when they feel like they're being challenged by the world around them, as well as perspectives, other people's opinions, other people's belief systems, and they feel confusion because they're like, I don't know who to believe. I don't know if I should trust myself. The first thing you need to do is just shut that world down. Shut them off. Okay? Tell them to shut up. And then listen to your own self. And you might say, oh, but Ari, that's why I'm confused, because I don't trust myself. Well, let's go ahead and give you some information on how to remove that self-limiting belief to begin with. So I want you to journal, okay? I want you to take the time after you finish this video, and I want you to write down why you believe other people, you believe them more than you believe yourself. Why do you believe that they have more information, are more knowledgeable, are more wise than you? Why do you believe that just because they know how to explain things in an eloquent manner, they are more educated, more knowledgeable than you? I want you to write it down. I want you to write down exactly what this self-limiting belief is. Where did it come from, okay? And it could just be something like you say, I don't trust myself, or I don't know enough, or I believe that they know more than I do because they've been doing this longer, or I believe that they are much more wiser because they're older than me, or I believe that they know more than I do because they have the educational background. Whatever it is that is making you believe this about them versus yourself, you need to then change the wording of those beliefs into you. Okay, so it's like filling in the blank, right? So I believe that blank knows more than I do. And just say, I believe that I know more than I am willing to examine or willing to believe, okay? And then from there, you say something positive about yourself, like, I am very good at, and whatever it is that you're good at, maybe a hobby that you're good at, maybe you're good at art, maybe you're good at singing, maybe you're good at dancing. And you say, I am really good at this, therefore I am a subject matter expert when it comes to this. These are my strengths. So make a list after that, after you make your list of the self-limiting belief, and then you change that belief to reflect you, meaning that you actually are knowledgeable, you're actually wise, you're actually trust yourself more than other people. Then I want you to put a list or write a list of all of your positive traits, all of your strengths. Okay, I want you to do this because your guides want you to do this as well, because we have to change. We have to change the mindset in order for us to see it reflected in our relationships with other people, in our relationship to the world, and how we create and manifest it, okay? And then that's when the confusion ends. When you start to be like, you know what? I'm no longer confused. I know exactly who I am. And I know exactly what I believe, okay, to be true for me, okay? And that's another thing, is that you have to realize truth is relative. I know a lot of people will like to tell you, that's the truth because so-and-so said it, or that's the truth because I believe that's the truth. There's nothing wrong with their beliefs in that truth because it works for them. It's truth for them. Your truth may not be right for them because it works for you. It's an individual process, truth really is. It's our relationship. What truth really is our connection and relationship to Creator. And how Creator processes things, or how Creator observes the world, how Creator interacts with the world through us. As we are aspects of Creator, then we are individual aspects of Creator at this level in the third dimension. And all truths lead back to Creator's truth. Okay? So I think that's one thing that is very difficult for people to grasp. And that's why we have a lot of difficulties with religions, belief systems, who's right, who's wrong, because there's always going to be someone that wants to be right only, right? That's why we have a difficulty in the world with wars, with hatred and things like that, because people don't understand that truth is individual. Okay? So anyway, back to you. So this is what it is that you will need to consciously start working on during this Mercury retrograde, during these energies, okay? Is to release any confusion about who you are, what you're good at, and what you're here for, okay? I hope this helps, okay? Hopefully you listen. So at least try it out, okay? If you don't really want to do it, at least try one thing out and see what happens, okay? All right, next one is you're not alone. So there might be a little bit of hesitation on your behalf to work with guides, maybe with the Andromeda guides, because you feel it is false, or you feel there's no guides. I'm here on my own, right? Or I don't have any help, or you may feel alone in some aspects of your lives. Maybe you're struggling with relationships. Maybe you feel like you're not understood at some level, right? And this is a common thing for a lot of people, where we feel isolated, we feel like we don't fit in, or maybe our way of thinking or perceiving the world is completely the opposite of what is normal in our society, which is bullshit, by the way. So whatever it is that's making you feel this way, I want you to understand that you're not alone. You've never been alone. You'll never be alone. Even if you feel, oh, that's not true, Ari, because physically nobody, I don't know anybody, or I don't have anybody with me. Physically, I can't rely on anybody, or you know, when I try to help people, they don't help me back, and things like that, right? So let's go ahead and explore this even further as well, where when you feel or you believe this to be true, that you are alone, it then manifests in some way, shape, or form through your relationships with other people, through your lack of relationships to other people, or through any form of physical interaction as well, right? Where you feel I'm not understood, or people don't understand me, or people are calling me weirdo, people are saying that I am this, or that, right? So that's coming from an internal issue with yourself, you know, where you're like, I don't deserve to be with other people. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve to be heard, understood, or seen, right? Or cherished, or acknowledged, or respected. So where is this coming from? Another internal voice, another self-limiting belief. I would actually recommend the same exercise for this to help you out. So write down, what's the self-limiting belief that you think that that you're alone? Why do you believe that? And then from there you switch it, saying, I am not alone because I have this. I am not alone because I feel comfortable on my own. Or I am not alone because I have the love of my, if you have an animal, for example, a pet, I have the love of my pet. I am not alone because I know Creator is always with me. I am not alone because I feel that I am being supported by the universe and everything in it, you know. So that's how we switch that, okay? So I want you to try that as well. So moving on, we have the Seven Sisters Taygeta. So this is circle, okay? So this is kind of in so many ways showing you a glimpse of you being a part of a sisterhood or a brotherhood of humanity, okay? When we become one, when we become integrated, when we go back into Creator, we are whole again, right? We are home again. But this can actually be accomplished right here, right now with other humans. It is us, it is our mindset that deters this from happening. It is necessary for us to heal this about ourselves, where we're like, oh, I like to be an introvert because I can't stand people. That's another negative mindset that needs to be addressed. It could be more like, I am an introvert because I feel anxious around people. That's when we start to feel, okay, that's why you don't like people. Okay, I get it. And now what are we going to do about this? What are we going to switch about ourselves? Okay, we're going to say, I am not an introvert, but I am social. And I know how to balance my social life and my home life to make me feel like I am equally balanced and not overwhelmed and not all other overstimulated or anxious, things like that. So that's what we have to switch. You have to switch that saying in your mind to saying, I am social and I know how to balance social interactions with my own self-care routine. Bam, and then it changes from there. But I also want to address the circle itself, a symbolism of circle. The circle is I would say, very important shape because everything revolves. Everything is in a sphere. Everything is turning in a circle. When you look at the stars as they rotate in the night sky, look at the setting sun and the rising sun. It rotates. We rotate around the sun. The moon rotates around us. And when you look at the medicine wheel in my practice, we have a circle that represents the four directions, the four elements of creation itself. So that being said, everything is connected in the circle. Everything is within it and around it. Everything is interconnected. So you need to find your circle. You need to find your own people that'll help you balance this within you. People that you'll feel comfortable being around again. People who will nurture you, who will support you, and who will advise you, okay, and who will be there for you, okay? But the first step that needs to be taken comes from you. All right, so that's what I have for that. The next one is, and this is the final card. Let's see what else you're gonna learn this season, or see what else you're gonna learn for this month. So you got all paths lead back to home. So again, look at the circle, look at the stones, the monoliths in this card in a circle, and then of course the actual person, the path is in a circle, in a spiral, so to speak, but still circular, leading back to creator, right? So all individual paths, all individual truths always lead us back to creator. And we have to step out of our comfort zone for this season, for this Mercury retrograde, and start to engage with the world around us with like-minded individuals.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup. You want to go do karate in the garage? Yup.
With people, period. That's what we have to do in order for us to realize that we're all interconnected, in order for us to realize that our truth is our truth, their truth is their truth, and that's okay. We can be respectful towards one another. We can still work with each other. We can still love each other based on our individuality, okay? We can still forge ahead together to change the trajectory of this timeline or of this world into something better that works for everyone, okay? Because we all go back here at the end. All right, so hopefully this helps you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your month. All right, here we go. Final pile number 3. Let's see what ally you have for this month. So you got Andromeda energy change. So changes are coming, whether you're prepared or not.
I'm crying. I'm a mess. No. No. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
I would say, you know, a lot of people struggle with Mercury retrograde or with these changes in their lives because they're unwilling to really see I would say the lighter side or the more optimistic side of things. Especially if you feel a loss has happened, where you probably lost something that was dear to you, or you probably felt that you weren't ready to shift in that direction yet because you didn't have enough information, or you feel you're going to make a mistake, or you feel like you did make a mistake and now you're regretting your choices of action or inaction here. But you have to realize that we're all made of energy. Every particle has energy in it. Every atom, everything is made of energy, and energy is constantly in motion. It's constantly transforming itself. It's constantly evolving, maneuvering itself. It's infinite. It's infinite change. So you are energy. And if energy is infinite change, that means you are infinite change as well. So you have to remember this when things look rough, when things look just horrible, when the changes happen without your what you believe without your consent. But it is actually your consent, because at a soul level, you wanted that change to happen, you know, especially if you are leaving something behind, such as the life that you once knew is completely gone. Or maybe you felt like somebody just pulled a rug from underneath your feet. Maybe you got let go of a job. Maybe you broke up with someone. Or maybe you're going through a divorce because you found out your spouse was unfaithful, or your spouse was lying, or your spouse was just a horrible person. Whatever it is, I think you already at a soul level understood that this change was coming. But I would say you would like it. You were wanting it to be a little bit slower. But Mercury retrogrades here, and even I would say people started to see these shifts and changes in relationships and the way that they perceive their world, and how their world has transformed tremendously since last year. I mean, we're still in a, you know, I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to get flagged, but you guys know what I mean. We're still in it, you know. There's no way that we can go backwards. There's no way that we can go back to our lives before this whole scenario happened in late 2020, okay? So, or not 2020, 2019, right? I don't even know. Well, anyway, we can't go back to that life anymore, you guys, you know, and so we have to understand that even if we're not comfortable with the changes that are happening around us, we can still take control of how we react to them. Okay, we can still take control on how we perceive it, with the wisdom that we want to learn from, how we grasp to that, so that we can, in some way, shape, or form, feel stable again. Okay, so moving on, we have water your garden. Okay, so this is about self-care, all right? So if you are having a hard time right now with what's going on, with the things that are happening in your life, it's time for you to take a little bit of a breather, all right? It's time for you to ask for help as well. I think it's important for us to understand that sometimes things happen for us and we don't realize it because we're so busy trying to take care of other people. And maybe the changes that happened, you know, in your life, you thought, oh, I still have time, but you never took care of that. And therefore, because you were probably distracted with someone else's life, probably distracted with taking care of other people somehow, that you didn't take care of yourself. Okay. And that's why this change happened. And it's like, boom, you need to learn how to like navigate through this. You need to learn how to balance your life. I would be saying this as a Virgo rising, but I would say equilibrium of the internal and the external is super important, especially if you have a lot of people relying on you. How are we going to help them if we can't help ourselves, right? How are we going to manage people's lives if we can't even manage our own, right? So take the time, take a break, seek refuge in solace. You know, even I would say take the energy of the hermit, for example, where they seek refuge within themselves and they are learning how to trust that voice in their head, or learning how to trust their intuitive hits, so that they can be able to assist other people through this and energy, through their wisdom internally, okay? So I would say this card is all about reflection, but it's also about self-care, all right? Moving on, we have Asterope, the Lapis Lazuli star. So this is starlight. So this is about inner vision, inner guidance, okay? So you are the star. In my belief system, in Toltec shamanism, we are told that the first real physical, material incarnation into this realm is a star. We take on the form of a star. We take on the consciousness of a star. And we need to remember that, okay? There's a lot of information that we gather from our star, who we are internally. So that being said, it is important for you to understand your connection to the cosmos and your connection to your first incarnation, and find that. If you don't know how to do that, then there's nothing wrong with you just meditating and imagining yourself being a star once more. I mean, transforming your physical humanoid body into the shape of a star and bringing that energy into yourself. And again, if you don't know the name or the constellation or even the galaxy you reside in, there's nothing wrong with that. You just bring the energy to you, okay? And eventually, the more that you do this, the more information you download, and then eventually you are able to realize, oh, I'm that star, okay? Anyway, that'll be a good exercise to do, especially if you have to take a break from the world and you have to reassess your life, or you have to contemplate on your next step forward, or you have to heal, okay? So that's what I have for that one. Moving on, and this is the final card. We have a new earth. So this is the reason why you're going through the things that you're going through. You're going through these transformations, these changes, these things that feel so rough and tough and just exhausting, is because you're here for a mission and you're here to uplift the world around you.
Universe supports you. I'll pray for you. I'll send you white light. God will provide for you. The universe is abundant. It's all about getting into heaven. It's all about getting back to oneness. Hallelujah. Om.
But first you gotta uplift yourself. First you gotta take care of yourself in order for you to take care of this, right? So it's important for you to realize how much of a difference you're making. Even if you're making one or two people in your life laugh, you know, or if you're guiding one person in your life, as you're still making a difference, because there's a ripple effect that happens. So that person, for example, could have had a shitty day, and then you just came up to them and just said, here you go, and gave them a flash of a smile and was kind to them. And then from there, they shared the same kindness to someone else who was having a shitty day, and so on and so forth. A ripple effect happened, and therefore the whole frequency and vibration of the actual human consciousness was uplifted. Okay? You are important. Doesn't matter what you do, as long as you're kind to someone, as long as you show kindness, as long as you show the light, you are making a difference, okay? Even if you're just not interacting with people, which is really hard not to do, you're still making a difference. So if you're posting positive affirmations, if you're posting readings, if you're posting about yourself and your struggles, or if you're posting about, you know, motivation, like how to get through things, you're still making a difference in whomever it is that is watching you and reading your post, okay? It doesn't matter how many numbers it is, because one person is the entire collective consciousness. You represent the entire collective consciousness. You plus another person represents even more, like a vibration is even stronger for the changes that we want to see in the world, so that we can bring about a new earth or new frequency, a new way of being here with the mother, okay? So you are making a difference. Keep going, all right? So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your month.